Hey there folks, this is Richard of DoomedMovieThon.com. I am back with another episode of My Horror Shelfie. My Horror Shelfie is a series where I talk about every single horror movie on my horror movie shelves from A to Z, and I film it. I am back to talk about the next part of my Giallo shelves. If you missed the first part where I started talking about my Giallo shelves, just click the link there in the description and please watch. So let's get back into the shelves, because I have a lot to go. Thank you for being here. First up in the movies of shelving time is a little movie called Delirium. Delirium is from a madman named Renato Polselli. This has one of my favorite English dubs on it. I'll play a little sample of it for you here.
I have foreseen everything, the time and the place, yet this is the second time we failed to catch the murderer. This is the second time we missed catching the one we thought would strike.
Isn't that divine? This is almost too sleazy for me, but the ridiculousness and the overwrought melodrama and the science fiction-esque aspects of it are divine. Speaking of types of delirium, there's Delirium Photos of Giallo. This also has a crazy English dub. It's from my homie Lambava, also known as Lamberto Bava. This has Serena Grandi in it, being her Grandi self. This is great Giallo fun. Also sleazy. Why did I do this? Apparently calling this film a Giallo upsets people, so I'm going to go ahead and do it real fast. This is Don't Look Now, and it's not Who Saw Her Die. Let's see what it's got. It's got a series of murders taking place in Venice. You've got a dead child, a grieving father running around and solving the case, an awkward sex scene with his also grieving wife. But it's not Who Saw Her Die, it's Don't Look Now. Even though it has the same plot, I don't understand. But yeah, this is Giallo as heck. Sorry boys. Don't Fulci a Duckling. This is Don't Torture a Duckling, the beautiful Arrow Blu-ray. I love me some Lucio Fulci, and a lot of people say this is his best Giallo. Some people say it's his best film. He certainly was very fond of Don't Torture Duckling, and he should be. It's a beautiful movie. Dead kids, my bad. Lucio Fulci's favorite person, Dario Argento. He did a TV series called Doors into Darkness. This is from the old Maya communication. I think you can still find this for wildly outrageously priced. It might even have been re-released by somebody somewhere. It's quite good. It's just 5 little movies that are all Giallo, and they stuck them in a TV show. Dario Argento directed one. Luigi Cozzi directed some. Roberto Periante, check it out. And, check it out. Mario, check it out. Foglietti, check it out. So a lot of people say this shouldn't be in my Giallo collection, but I did it anyway. Isn't that deja vu from Don't Look Now? Folk, it's Dressed to Kill now, don't. De Palma. I love De Palma. He has had a crazy career with lots of really strange films, in lots of genres. But of course, the thriller and horror genre is where he really shines, and he made this Giallo-inspired beauty called Dressed to Kill.
Never let anything that isn't a Giallo stop you from calling it a Giallo, ever.
Why do I have all the sleazy movies in the same section of the same genre? Maybe the movies are just sleazy on their own. This is Red Rings of Fear, aka Enigma Rosso. This is a recent addition to my collection. I didn't realize this Blu-ray was out, and I got excited. Not for that reason. I'm a big fan of What Have You Done to Solange, and I'm a somewhat big fan of What Have They Done to Your Daughters, but also there's this movie that's part of the trilogy. It's not as good. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched it, to be completely honest. Code Red made a little Blu-ray called Eye in the Labyrinth. They didn't do a lot to restore it, but it looks very pretty. They pulled it from a very good print. They decided to add some sound effects to the gory sequence at the end of this film. Sorry for the spoilers. So instead of just playing some music, like letting the score run over this scene, they added sound effects, like a mallet bashing and squishing a watermelon. And it's louder than the rest of the movie. It's louder than the sound effects. So far as I know, in the Italian version, it was played in silence with just the soundtrack of the composer playing over it. Can't prove that. But Code Red tried to fix this. Still have it on my shelves. I am not questioning their ability to bring great movies into my life. I have dozens of Code Red titles. But when they tinker in a bad way, it feels like they're trolling their audience. Apparently, 88 Films had put out this Eyeball Blu-ray like a while ago, and I didn't even know about it. I love Eyeball. It is a fine Umberto Lenzi jam, and we were stuck with the old bootleg for a long time under the title of The Secret Killer. 88 Films did us right. This is really nice. It just feels so right. I want to watch it tonight. Speaking of movies that I need to rewatch very soon, The Fifth Chord. It is a Giallo by your boy Luigi Bazzoni, and it's super good. Another great example of the genre. I wouldn't show this to people who haven't seen a few Giallo first. It can be a little dry in the procedural department, but it's lovely to behold, stylish as all hell, and I really love the story. It's $5 for an August Moon. Mario Bava finally showing up in this frickin' video. This one took me a while to really love. I've always liked it, and then after multiple viewings over and over again with the good old Tim Lucas commentary, I just fell in love with it. Mario Bava was a hired gun on this. It was basically a production that was going to get canceled if they didn't find someone quick to direct. He jumped in and then filmed this thing really fast and improvised a lot of it, which is why it's so weird. Highly recommended if you want to see it. Footprints on the Moon, aka Le Orme, with my friend and yours, Florinda Balkan, right? Yeah, Florinda Balkan. This is a very unusual film, very surreal, just lovely stuff. A lot of hallucinatory stuff going on in it. The Forbidden Photos of a Lady Above Suspicion. It's a little take on the film called Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, I think it's called. But this is Dagmar Lysander at probably her most beautiful. This is a good one. I wouldn't call it a body count movie exactly. It's more of a blackmail movie, but it is just so pretty. The score is delightful. Good old Ennio Morricone bringing one of his best, breathy, beautiful pieces of music to the big screen. Dario Argento, stay out of this. Mr. Dark Glasses making movie guy. This is the movie with no sunglasses. This is Four Flies on Grey Velvet. There is a character that wears sunglasses. Yeah, this is really, really good, and I urge you to watch it. The Fox with the Velvet Tail. I am guilty of buying this and barely remembering it, and then not having watched it yet. So this Mondo Macabro release has been on my shelves for a few months now, and I don't remember it. Gene Sorel is in it. Tony Kendall's in it. I'm reading the back to you. That's very entertaining. Yeah, I got nothing. Mario Bava returns heroically with Hatchet for the Honeymoon. I'm a big fan of this one. This one has always been very intriguing to me. It's got some supernatural stuff in it. It's got lovely, lovely colors because Bava. It's just really good. It's super good. Oh boy. They broke the mold when they broke the mold of this movie. This is called The House That Screamed, aka La Residencia. This is pure joy from Spain. It has one of the most elegant murders I've ever seen. Someone is dying while a clock is chiming, and they're listening to the clock chime. It's getting slower and slower as their brain stops. And it's just beautiful. Beautiful. The House with the Laughing Windows. Where is the Blu-ray, people? Come on. This is your boy, Poopy Ivati. I always love saying his name because it reminds me of Mr. and Mrs. Ivati who live near me. But yeah, he's just being Poopy. This is a long one. This is like a 2-hour epic Giallo. How often do you have an epic Giallo, you know? It's just really, really enigmatic and I almost said mysterious. Yes, it is also mysterious. It's pretty brutal, too. Don't let this movie fool you with its cover. We're getting down to the animal trilogy. The iguana with the tongue of fire. First, there was Cat o' Nine Tails. Then there was the bird of the crystal plumage. Then there was Iguana with the tongue of fire. Dario Argento probably didn't like this. This is my guy, Ricardo Freda. He was old when everybody was young, so he tried to make this frickin' Giallo, and it was so poorly received that he stopped making movies for like 6 or 7 years. Oh, bless him. I really enjoy this film. It is confusing and gory, silly, and it's just a must-see. I never imagined that there would be a Blu-ray of Iguana with the Tongue of Fire. Alright, last movie. Thank you for sticking around. Whew, let's do this. Folks, this is not Renato Polselli, but I always mix up this movie with something that Renato Polselli, who did Delirium, would do, and that's In the Folds of the Flesh. One of the stupidest, weirdest, but also dumbest frickin' Giallos ever made. If you can figure out what this is about your first viewing, you are lying. I've seen this 3 or 4 times, and it's one of those ones that I have to be in the mood for, but when I am, it hits so right. This is just